North West Employers is a really small organisation. We support the 41 local authorities in the North West. But actually one of the things I think is quite quirky about it is that actually it's quite modern, but actually it's been around for a really long time. So it's almost 100 years old. Its roots were in the old provincial council movement, so helping employers to work collectively on things. And there's still quite a lot of that in the organisation, so our priorities are around workforce, leadership, governance and connecting. And I think that workforce part in terms of employment has always been a core part of ours, and we should respect that tradition, and that's part of our core purpose. But actually, as authorities have matured and worked with their partners, then actually what they want from us to support them has been more work around supporting elected members, developing leadership style that's fit for integrated working across health, local government and other public sector. And I think we've responded to that really well, and I think we hold those two bits of being a traditional employment and employers organisation and much more future focused, looking at working with partners, public service reform as opposed to just local authorities. We've had a really good year, and I think when I say we, I don't just mean the organisation, because actually it doesn't really exist on its own with just 14 people who happen to live in Exchange Quay at the moment. But actually I think we've co-created with our members and their partners some really fantastic things, which I think have got real legacy, which is where I think we get most out of the work we do. So we've done some fantastic work with developing a community of leaders across the North West who are truly public service leaders. So we've had an emerging leadership programme, we've had a collaborative leadership programme and a Chief Exec's coaching programme. But actually much more important than the individual learning, they each make a commitment back to the North West. So we've got people who facilitate action learning in other people's organisations, that coach each other, that support each other, and actually that means that it's got much more value to a place like the North West than just the 5 or 6 days that people spend on the leadership programme. So I think we've been part of building a bigger family and a community of public service leaders really. And I think the team here who've worked with leaders across the public sector have done a really good job in developing that work. I think some of the other areas that we have worked really hard with has been helping us and our partners and authorities understand the new democratic landscape. So we've got combined authorities, we've got devolution, and actually our small part of that has been supporting authorities work out, well, what does this mean to us? What does it mean to us as local elected members? What does it mean for scrutiny? What does it mean for our leadership style? And I think there's some really great learning. Nobody's ever done it before, which I have to say is a fantastic place for us to be. It's not, well actually, this is exactly how you do it. We've genuinely been learning how to do these things and experimenting. And I think we've been very privileged to have been part of that. Reflecting the time that I've been here, the last year and looking forward, I think we are in a really privileged position. We don't take that lightly. So the organisations that we work with trust us, and they trust us with some really sensitive stuff, and my sense is that that's because we're part of the family but far enough out to give some different insight, and actually we only exist because our members want us to. So actually there's no rights, we're not set up by statute, we're not funded nationally, we don't have to exist. So actually that relationship, and it is a relationship, is really important. And I think when we get it right, it's about partnership, and we co-create things and we work to support each other, and we should never take that lightly.